they tend to have a second half better game anyway, right?
Yeah, but they're going to have to really work hard to get it there, Roger.
That's right. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I gotta go change my shirt, and we'll be leaving here in a few minutes to go get supper. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I might check with you from time to time to see what the score is, but enjoy your afternoon, and I'll catch you back. This one eye thing ain't too bad. I can tell it's getting better already when. They got this cup over my left eye, and but I can move my eyes, I can see, I can look, everything seems to be working real good. But I appreciate all you told me about you having yours, and I'll catch you a little bit later from NF4Z.
Well, just remember, I went through it twice, but you only went through it once. But anyway, have a good supper, and I'll catch you later, KI4ZA. I won't be in here when you get back there, Roger.
Understand.
Tonight's my early night to go to bed.
We'll pick up KD9ODH on standby. So go ahead, Taz. It's your turn.
This is Kilo 8 Tango Alpha. Here. 5, 10, 1. Sitting at 28 degrees. That's our height. Wind chill 20. Yes, now the wind's out there. It's still good. So, no flurry, no big loss. Last has been on the edge of the road. That's been pretty much okay.
Yeah, he's reading that.
I copied that.
The man's got a laptop that most of the numbers and letters are wore off the keys. He's done some serious QSMing. Yeah.
This Jabbar guy that blew himself up, I've noticed that's even yet still different. Charged with a misdemeanor theft in Cathy, Texas, and driving on an invalid driver's license. So he had a big, extensive police record.
They both rented electric vehicles through that same app. That probably ain't got nothing to do with anything else.
It might.
If it did, I wouldn't say it here.
You read us a little something off your laptop, Charlie?
Johnny, I am of the belief that if there's really something that y'all want to learn about or read the information on, y'all are adults and can do it yourself. I don't have to read anything to y'all.
Hey, Roger.
Well, we could just ask Bruce.
I don't read what they read. I don't even go to U.S. News
I learned a lot off him, but Bruce is harder to come by.
It don't matter where you read it, Bruce, you still don't want to hear it.
Well, you know the answer to that, Charlie. We have to spin the dial. Because, you know, that's just the way it is if you're here first.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
How many years have I been reading off my laptop?
I don't know. That laptop, you've had that thing since the early 90s, hadn't you?
Long before some of these people that reside on this frequency.
That's right. He's been doing it about 4 years or 5.
No,
that laptop had a pull rope on it when you first got it, didn't it, Bruce?
He never did read the damn news.
The laptop
Bullshit,
is
Bruce.
14 years old this year.
You got a pull rope.
And I have heard from you, Johnny Burnett. Cut the damn laptops.
Yeah.
Which means that's all you do is sit around and read stuff off a laptop. Now, are you saying you've only done that for the last 4 years?
Well, that's all you do.
Johnny, you got him up 2
okay.
octaves there.
That's better. Now you're back to being normal.
You get up in the morning, you flip that thing open, you turn it on, you start reading it in the morning.
Okay, you all came here.
On 3915
You all came here.
to talk amateur radio.
You all came here.
To talk about, or talk to our friends and
So why did you
I think
come
it's most.
and talk to our friends
Okay,
and talk about amateur radio and all that bullshit. And that's the same reason you got into ham radio. The same reason you got into it. You didn't get into it to read the news. You do that bullshit because it pisses people off.
Really?
That's the only damn reason you do it.
You should be a
It's
psychiatrist.
the only you should be. You just said that I came to ham radio, and I came to ham radio.
No, I didn't say
Bruce,
ham
shut
radio.
up.
I said this frequency.
You don't make no sense, Bruce.
You mean you don't understand? There's
That's
a difference.
it's me. It's me, and it's me, and it's Charlie, and it's Andy, and it's Chase, and it's everybody else. Nobody understands. Everybody's a dumbass.
I haven't said those words. Only you have said those words.
That's right. I've said them.
But when I repeat what
But you
say
insinuate them.
and ask you if you've said it, you want to say no, you haven't, but you have.
But we're all dumbasses.
All you ever do is get on your laptop and read stuff to us. We don't want to hear it. All you ever do.
Well, stop it.
All you ever do.
Why don't you just stop?
Okay, if what you're saying is true, I was on the laptop reading damn news articles the day you came here. This frequency, not ham radio, this frequency.
You just said that a minute ago. You asked Nick, how long have I been reading the news?
So, why did y'all come here? To complain?
We came here to talk to one another, not listen to you read news all damn night.
Can't you find another frequency where you'll be happy?
We are when you shut up.
Oh, well, there's the problem.
Yeah, when you shut up.
So I get an AM, FM bedside radio.
God almighty, what a damn idiot. He is an idiot.
And after a while, I get tired of hearing it and call the station.
I'm telling you, he's a damn idiot.
And call the station and say, could you people please play some bluegrass?
He's going to do what he's going to do, so we might as well do what we going to do. Talk over the damn top of him. Turn her up, Bruce.
Is that what life's about? Who's got the
I
loudest
guess it
station?
is. That's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. That's what life's about. Hell no.
It's not. Would you like to join in and use it and become a permanent
People jump his ass every day about this, and he's not got the damn common sense or the courtesy to stop.
Is this frequency in use?
No, it's not.
He just
Would you
keeps
like
on
to
with his
come in and
bullshit.
say something?
I can hear a bunch of people arguing. Is this frequency in use?
Okay, you join the group and you can complain about what you hear. That's what Johnny did.
It's what everybody does.
Well, okay, I'll agree with that. They come here, they join the group, then they complain about what they hear. Think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Why don't you stop?
Because there's other frequencies, Johnny. You don't have to stop here.
You don't
Good Lord.
either, Bruce.
You can go to another frequency where you won't have to hear this.
Everybody gathers here.
And then you can say, well, why don't you, when you meet somebody you'd like to talk with, and I'm on here talking, why don't you say, excuse me,
Why don't you just shut up?
all that
Go ahead,
station and
Andy.
say, let's go to our
Go
frequency.
ahead, Andy.
And then you can and then you could
Go ahead,
take your
Andy.
second monitor.
Well, yeah, I guess
And you could listen
Good
to
Lord
this
have mercy,
frequency.
he's a damn
Somebody
nutcase.
else comes on, you want to talk to, you
I'm
can
telling
come
you,
down and break in and say, hey,
I'm reading right here in this book.
come on up here with us
in
to
the
our
book.
frequency.
It says 3915 3927 is owned by Bruce Ponder.
Oh, it says that?
Yeah, right here in this book.
I'll be damn.
They've been here 40 years.
40 years.
W4EKY, I got my mic hooked back up. Is it all right?
Yeah,
man.
sounds great.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, Nick.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Let me
doing all right?
let me call email Wham and get him on here so Johnny will be quiet.
Yeah, get him on here because he said that. I've been thinking about it all day, what he said. He said, you know, I'm going to come in here and talk, and if y'all don't like it, by God, I'll hook I'll get the power back like I did before, and nobody will talk.
And I have heard other people say them exact same words. It's my damn radio. I bought it to talk on it.
That's what he said. He said, I'll fix a big watch like I used to run, and nobody will talk.
Hey, Johnny, do I need to hook my two-holer up?
You might have to.
It ain't been ran in about a year and a half. I think it's about time.
Capacitors probably need a little electricity.
He runs that every night. Wham does. Same thing.
I don't care who hears me, Johnny.
Yeah, me neither, really.
Well, Wham ought to fit right in here with all these other people with the same attitude.
That was awful hurtful, Johnny.
He does no wrong, man. He does no wrong. So you think she's going to drop you down to soup, Nick?
Yeah, might do that.
Well, you've eat like a king all day.
I know. I had a good dinner. I mean, lunch or whatever you call it. I don't need a big supper.
I had leftover chili like I had last night.
Well, I had leftover black-eyed peas and collard greens and buttered potatoes and about a third of a by-day onion.
I had plenty of onions in that chili.
Boys, old chili be good right now.
I think there's one more bowl left, and I'd be willing to bet within the next 30 minutes that'll be gone.
TK4, TK8.
That'll be 4 UCI.
W4WPW.
W4EKY.
Chili and some of that old commodity cheese.
And I'm not complaining about anything.
I could eat a bowl of chili if I had it. I love chili.
Oh, me too.
You seen a picture of me, Nick?
No.
If you ever do, you know I love to eat everything.
Nick, did you hear about the 737-800? Now, that's the same kind of plane that crashed into at the end of that runway. Did you hear about it over in Thailand?
No.
It tried to take off twice and aborted to take off twice. Some kind of problem. And the passengers freaked out and said, get us off this damn airplane. They all took them all back to the terminal and let them all get off the airplane.
Hey, aborted to take off twice?
Twice. 179 people refused to fly on it after that. They was like, hell no third attempt. Take us home.
I believe I felt the same way. I'd have felt that way after the first failure.
Main thing to remember, Bruce, is people have more fun than anybody.
Yeah.
Did they say what was the matter with the plane that he had to abort twice?
No, they didn't. Of course, it was in Thailand, so he probably couldn't say without official okay from the boss above.
Yeah.
There's another news article for those that don't want to hear it.
Did you hear anything about them people who got burned up there in Hawaii with them fireworks?
Is this a news article?
It was yesterday.
Is it a news article?
Oh, no, checking your damn laptop.
If it is, I'm just trying to warn you, Jerry, that people will be upset.
I just asked you a damn question. It wasn't even a yes or no. I ain't hungry no more, Johnny.
Well, that's a good feeling when you ain't hungry.
That's the feeling I usually get when I'm ready to get up from the dinner table.
Yeah. I like that feeling when you're sitting here talking on the radio and then all at once you just feel sleepy and you think, I'm going to go sleep. I like that feeling.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what you do? You usually go to sleep, don't you?
That's what happens. When you feel sleepy, you go to sleep, and then when you feel hungry, you just eat.
Yeah. You know, I fell asleep here a few times, just sitting here listening to people on the radio and just get drowsier and drowsier. And then I wake up a little later, though. What did I miss?
I've never done it. Never sat here in front of the radio and went to sleep.
Bull. Johnny, don't lie.
This is New Year, Nick.
What he meant to say is he's never sat in front of that radio and stayed awake.
Yeah.
I occasionally have gone to sleep sitting here in front of the radio. I'll admit to that.
Hey, Andy?
Yeah.
You reckon when Johnny falls asleep and Bruce is talking, Johnny's like one of them little puppies running in his sleep?
Yeah, he's probably going, yep.
I have sat here, held my head forward and went to sleep and be on 27 or 15, and then my head will sometime or another will twist it or hit the VFO, and I'll be somewhere else way down or up the band or something.
I've never done that.
I got eyes.
Well, I did the other day. I was going to say something. I don't know if I hit this button on the mic or what, but hell, I was on 15. I was on 27, and they was doing the net, and I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, what are you having for supper?
I think it's going to be macaroni and maters.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Got any cornbread go with it?
I ain't got no mustache, Chase.
No mustache.
Yeah, he trimmed her close.
God, I've got to shave. I ain't shaved in 2 weeks. I look like a damn, I don't know what.
Hell, Johnny, I ain't shaved in 30 years.
Good Lord.
You know, last time I had what you had, Johnny, my face hurt to even touch it.
Hell yeah.
You mean that ugly hurt?
Jerry.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, Jerry. I know that was a mistake.
Well, I didn't need my laptop. You got to poke him when he's down, Chase.
There goes that beagle.
Smoke another one.
I'm having pulled pork and baked potatoes, Jerry.
You going to have broccoli and cheese on that tater?
No, I'm going to put the pulled pork on it. You again.
I know, I can hear myself in this thing. I'm in the echo like this. K4CRO standing by.
Well, that way you don't have to repeat yourself. It does it for you.
Throw some reverb in there.
Better than no sound at all, Mike. It's good to hear you on the broadcast this morning and last night on the sideband and tonight on the sideband. W4's ZDX, welcome back.
Yep, good to have you back.
Yeah, that's a bit better. Still in the same room.
Hey, Jim.
Howdy, howdy. Well, we got 45 seconds. There's no reason to wait. We need to get this taken care of before halftime's over. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm W4UCK, and I'm 30 seconds early calling the Georgia Single Sideband up to this Thursday night session, the first of 2025. My name is still Jim. I'm still located in Stanley Rapids, 7 miles south of Blue Ridge. The Georgia Single Sideband Net is a function of the Georgia Single Sideband Association, and we meet nightly on or about 3975 kilocycles within 30 seconds of 2300 GMT. purpose of the net is to be the voice of the association. We're going to handle traffic. We're going to improve operating practices and promote fellowship and goodwill among all amateur radio operators. Can I read me faster? This is a directed net. Please direct all comments to net control. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Do we have a GSN or 4RN rep on frequency?
Yes, you do. KM4QJ with no traffic, check me in. You don't have to call me again later. KM4QJ.
Okie dokie, I got you, Frank. Anybody got any traffic for Frank? Is John here tonight? Okay. Do we have any mobiles or portables? Do we have any bulletins or announcements? Do we have any formal or informal traffic? Do we have any stations requiring an early check-in for weather or another net's business?
Carol 4ZOG, can I beg an early one?
Got you, Dale. Head on.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else?
Kilo Juliet 4, Golf Tango India, scooting out.
Gotcha, thank you. KJ4 GTI. Anybody else?
K4 Willett.
K4 OLH. Got you down. Anybody else?
W4 FLI.
See, I have to actually write these down. It takes me longer. Gotcha, Josh. Thank you. Anybody else?
AB4XB.
Gotcha, Mark. 73. You take care. Anybody else?
4ZV.
Jim, go ahead to the roster.
Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. Anybody wants to check in early, just hang on. Do it on time. Here I go. K4AIS, Mike. N4AOW, John. WA4ARC, Ron.
WA4ARC, check in, no traffic. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. First roster check-in at 25. You're the man. KB4AS, Anthony.
This is KB4AS, Anthony. Good evening and no traffic.
Thank you. Good evening. W4ATH, Marty. KN4AUU, the other Mike. W4AYK, Dr. G.
Break.
Go ahead, Break.
Checking KW4S said Connie's broke down. I'm going to go catch her. Later. Bye.
Okay, am I supposed to check in Connie too?
Say again?
Should I check in Connie too?
Go ahead.
Okie dokie, I got you. Thank you. K4BAI, John. KE4BB, Lyle.
K4BB, Lyle and Precise.
Thank you, Lyle. You sound good. Appreciate you. W8BLA, Vern. W4BLP, Barry.
Hey, Jim, W4BLT.
Thank you, Barry. Appreciate you. W3BLT, Ben.
W3BLT. Good evening, still, Jim.
Good evening, and Dustin, I've got two little stripes for the game on either side of the spreadsheet. Doesn't look like they've actually started back yet. W4BXV, Tom.
Good evening, Jim. You're sounding great. W4BXV.
Thank you, Tom. Be well in Quitman. WA4BZE, Harris. N4CBT, Cannon. WA4CEM, Art. K4CRO, Mike is there. Thank you, Mike. Glad to have you back. You take care. K2CRS, Randy. WA4CVJ, Tom. K4CWQ, Winston.
Good evening, Jim, and everyone on the net. This is K4CWQ, Winston in Carrollton.
Thank you for Carrollton, Winston. You take care. KE4CXJ, Bob. Thank you for Toccoa, Bob. You take care. ND4D, Chuck. K4DBN, John.
K4DB in Dublin. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, John. You take care. KJ4DE, David. WA4DEO, Dozier. KN4DLT, Brian.
Thank you for LJ tonight, Brian. You take care. N4DZV checked in early. AK4E Ken. WU5E Jim.
WU5E, good evening.
Good evening. Back to the game. 73 Jim. N5 FBI Tim.
Good evening, Tim. N5 FBI, Tim in Barnesville.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you being there. I can see in the background that there's people running around. There must have been a kickoff. W4FLI, I think, checked in already. WA4FQZ Rick. WD4FUI Frank. NR5G Lee. WE4GA Jerry. W4GFM Horace.
Good evening, Jim. Good evening, everybody. This is W4GFM.
Well, thank you very much, Horace. Sounds like you're a little off frequency, but no matter. Thank you for being there. KI4GGJ Steve.
Here. Good evening to the net. KI4GGJ and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you. I appreciate it. KM4GIK, KO4SGO, Alan and Nancy.
You also for Sierra Delta, KM4GIK, New Traffic. Thanks for calling us.
Thank you for being there. What happened here? Okay, there we go. That's fixed. K4GNO Bill. K4GPT Pat. KJ4GTI checked in already, which means I put a X right there. K4GUM Greg. KQ4HEF Keith.
KQ4HEF.
Got you, Keith, kind of light tonight, but I heard you. You're there. Good. Thank you, sir. You take care. KO4HRT Dave. WA4HSM, the strong voice of Winterville.
Hey, Mr. Altman. Good evening. WA4HSN, Winterville.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being there. K4HUM Lenny. KR4HV Walt. K4HYJ Hank. KE4I Dennis. K4IIE Lewis. KO4JYU Larry. WA4KM Kevin. K4LFJ, I know you're there, Jose. Good evening.
Well, good evening to you and the net and no traffic. K4LFJ, 41 degrees, gonna get cold.
Yeah, not as cold as it will be tomorrow night. Thank you, Jose. KE4LMV Joe.
KE4LV, go dog.
Yeah, I better pick it up and start going, that's for sure. KF4LPC Jim. N3LTX Ken. N4MCE Mel. W4MDS Ed. N9MGK Allen.
N9MGK here, no traffic.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. KC4MKD David. K4ML Ron.
K4ML, in and out.
Thank you, Ron. You take care. Good to hear you. KK4MNU Rick. Thanks for Loganville, Rick. You take care. K4NEB Norm. W3NH Owen. Thanks, Owen. Appreciate Warrior being in the log tonight. K4OFQ Bob.
K4OFQ Burnsville. No traffic.
Thank you, neighbor. Appreciate you being there. N2OLA John. Hey, good signal tonight, John. You're making the trip very well. Thanks for being there. K4OLH David, I think, checked in early. I put a little X right there and go on to KO4OLI Tony. W4ORG Marion. N4OYT Chuck.
Evening time, Your Honor. N4OYT, you're down in the swamp. Got no traffic. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Chuck. Good to hear you. Appreciate you being there. KJ4PENJT. W4PJP Larry. W4PRH Skip.
KN4QJ's been here and gone. KK4QJR Mill.
KK4QJR.
Back to the game, Mill. Thank you. Appreciate you being there. WA4QKV Jim. KD4QMY George. And this is W4UCK 10 after calling George a single sideband net. KD4QMY George. Did I already call him? AI4QT Will. KU4RE Larry.
Evening, Jim. Larry in Stone Mountain, KU4RE.
Thank you for Stone Mountain, Larry. Good to hear you. W4RIK Rick. KF4RX Jim. Thank you for normal town tonight, Jim. You take care. KU4SD Garrett.
Yeah, that's me. KU4SD in Athens, no traffic.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being there. K4SPE Terry. KW4SZ checked in already. K4TDM Tom. WB4TDP Sam. And I think Mike's there, N2TKL, N2UMV, Mike and Marie.
Hi, good evening to you, Jim, and everyone else on the net. N2TKL with N2UMV.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. You take care. K4TQU Ralph.
Thank you very much, Jim. Happy New Year to everyone. And go dogs. This is K4TQU with no traffic, folks.
Well, thank you, sir. And yes, go dogs. Appreciate it. I'll bet this is the fastest I've ever called the net. And for UKW Blake.
Good evening, Mr. Alton. In for UKW to Kent County. Woof.
Yeah, woof. Thank you, Blake. Good signal tonight. KA4UPI Mark. KE4USD Will. Well, you take care as well, Will. Thank you for being there. AB4VA Paul.
Hey, Jim. Good evening from Virginia. AB4VA.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate Virginia. Onion Bill, W4VDI. You there? He hasn't checked in with me all year. KI4VKK Jim. KE4VPD, KF4TJR, George Cat. KG4WBB Steve. N1WHA Bill. KO4WJH Hoot.
Well, good evening, Jim. KO4. WJH Hoot, Southside Athens. George was getting that butt handed to him.
Well, unless it's happened in the first 3 minutes of the second half, the last 3 minutes of the first half didn't go very well, but we'll see what happens, you know. W4WTC Terry.
That's a good evening, W4WTC, no traffic.
Thank you, Terry. Back to the game. M3WWM Bill.
Hey, Jim, N3WWL.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being there. AJ5X Bob. WD9XJ. AB4XB, I think, checked in already and putting a little X there. ND4XE Lindy.
Jim, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at how bad things went in the first 30 seconds of the second half. I'm afraid the dogs might run out of time before Notre Dame runs out of that Irish luck. Nothing else, ND4XE.
Well, I don't know what happened in the first 30 seconds because the screen's all covered up by the roster. I hope nothing too bad. Thank you, Lindy. W4XLT Wally.
W4XLT, evening, good.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being there, Wally. Good to hear you. WA4YBC Jim.
I'm here, WA4YBC.
You can't be here. I'm here. You got to be there. Thank you, Jim. KA4YES Tom. KT4YP Larry. KA4YZR Paul. KK4ZF No, got checked in by Corbett. KI4ZIA Charles.
Yes, sir, Jim. This is KI4ZIA in Fuquay, Arena, North Carolina. Have a good evening.
You too, Charles. Good to hear you. Appreciate you always being here.
KO4ZLG checked in early, W4ZVX, WB4DKY, Bob and Jim.
Good evening, Jim, from downtown Madison, W4ZX, WB4DKY. We run back to kickoff. That's what happened in the first 15 seconds. Otherwise, no traffic over.
Oh, man. Thanks, Bob. You take care. KD4ONB, Godfrey.
20-0.
Oh, man. Thank you, Bob. And my personal and private tail gunner, KK4KG, Troy.
Good evening, Jim, and Happy New Year, KK4KG.
Well, thank you, Troy. Happy New Year to you as well. That's the roster as I have it. Not surprisingly, a little bit light here on the 2nd of January. I'm at 57, but I've got 10 written down. And I don't really know who I've checked off and who I haven't until I go back through it after. Anybody who'd like to check in new late visitor stations, anybody who'd like to be added to the Thursday night roll, Alpha prefix, please call now. Kilo prefix.
Night control. Hey, Jim, please check in Kilo for India Echo, Lewis and Augusta. Happy New Year. No traffic.
Thank you, Lewis. Happy New Year to you, too, as well. Any other kilos?
K4BAI, no traffic.
NKD, no traffic.
Okay, I got Dave and Alabel MKD. Who was the one that doubled with him?
K4BAI.
Thank you, John. Good to hear from Columbus tonight. You take care. Anybody else, Kilo?
This is KZ4KS, Kilo Zulu 4, Kilo Sierra, Chuck in Fairmount.
KZ4KS, Chuck in Fairmount. Thank you. Appreciate you checking in. Any more kilos? November stations, please call now.
November 4, Uniform Juliet, Gene and Lilburn. Good evening.
N4UJ, appreciate you checking in. Any more Novembers? I got the November 1, and then somebody threw a carrier on, although it was zero beat, it blew it out. Please try it again.
November 1, Yankee, Lodge in Jefferson County, Alabama. No traffic.
Thank you, November 1 Yankee Zulu. Good to hear you. Any more Novembers? And I apologize trying to do this so quickly, trying to get back to the game. Any whiskey stations, please call.
I'm here, W4RIK. Let's go back to the ball game. No traffic.
Thank you, Rick. Any other whiskeys? Anybody anywhere? Any other business or traffic? I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for your participation in this January 2nd session of the Georgia Single Sideband Net. You don't have to be a member to check into the net, but we do invite you to join the association. You can have this much fun for only $3 a year. Please go to the website, gssaradio.net, and download an application, or just tell one of us net controls you want to join. Thank you and good night. This is W4UCK closing this session of the Georgia Single Sideband Net, turning the frequency over to whoever wants to use it for 11 minutes before the Vermont net starts. W4UCK, I'll be clear. No problem, Jerry. I got you now.
Thank you. W4GA is clear.
but speaking of holidays, they're already putting Valentine's stuff out.
Oh, of course. You know, they haven't even finished, doing the half price sale on the Christmas stuff, and they're setting the Whitman's chocolate right out there next to it.
You're right. I noticed that Sunday night when I worked. K4WM20.
WA4, you got to exploit the idea that something special's happening, and you're the first in line. And with the idea of it's kind of like the Halloween candy comes out in August. Well, the average individual buys them bags of candy that they're going to hand out to the Halloween kids and get it home, well, long before Halloween ever gets there, them bags are all empty.
Well, if they're not, they got a whole lot more patience or whatever you want to call it than what I do. It all depends on what. Now, for just certain candies, it'll lay there for a year before I'd touch it.
Yeah, or, whatever. Now, if a Tootsie Roll comes through the door out here, they don't stand a chance like a snowball in Hades. But now, I ran into a small cache of the old-fashioned atomic fireballs. And I've had them things laying here just hoarding them. Because I like them darn things, but, it's like special occasion. I think I'll have it's kind of like having that special bottle of bourbon in the cabinet or something. You only break it out for holidays or special occasions. And every once in a while, man, I'm going to have me a fireball, I love them things.
Oh, yeah. I remember them bad boys. Used to go in the little old stores or whatever, and they'd be in a big old jar or something. And get them. They are hot now, but they are good.
Yeah, they kind of makes you remember when you was a kid, and you went to the little, mom and pop grocery store or market, whatever you wanted to call it, and there at the cash register counter, they'd have all them little containers lined up underneath there. It had the bit of honeys and the fireballs and the penny suckers and all that stuff. Man, you could go through there and, of course, you're a kid, your hands ain't that big, but you'd have both hands, cupped full of that stuff and lay it up there, and the man would put it in a little bag for you, and you had like 10 cents, 12 cents worth of stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't remember. You can't forget about the double bubble and the bazooka.
Oh yeah, Bazooka Joe, Bubble Gum, and Double Bubble, and I'm trying to think of what them other gizmos was. Mary Jane's.
Yeah, I never was wild about them, but I remember them.
And of course, the candy bars were a nickel, and then they came along with that thing. It was called a Powerhouse bar. I don't know what all. It had peanuts and caramel and chocolate and all kinds of stuff on there, and it was a double candy bar, and that was a dime. That was unheard of. And my gosh, a whole dime for a candy bar. Now that the darn things is $2 or $3.
Yep, they are. About $1.98, $2, and you get the bigger ones. They're on up there too. But back when I was a kid, when I was pretty young, I liked the zero bars, but not so much anymore. But I liked the zero bars back then.
Yeah, we had all kinds of good stuff that wasn't good for you, but we never got, we never had any problems from it. Now everybody's
another one of them things that you go through those news feeds and you're reading headlines and they're talking about all these kids, and I mean when they say in kids, they're like 12 and under that are having kidney stones. It's like that. Nobody even knew what a kidney stone was when I was 12 years old.
No, you're right about that, and yeah, that's a bad situation there if you're that young and having them already.
Well, that's just it. They haven't come up with a solution. Well, I'm sure whatever medical, they can probably, treat the problem, but what's causing that problem in young people like that? What are they doing to them? Was it the COVID shot? What happened?
Well, in my opinion, them shots cause more problems than what they realize, or they probably will realize in time, but yeah, I agree with that. And a lot of times, like with my eyes years ago, when they started doing funky things and started losing my vision, they wouldn't treat it until they found out what the cause was, and they never could find out what the cause was. So my eye doctor back then, which he was a good eye doctor, he told me, he said, there's nothing we can do. He said, it'll either stop on its own or you'll go blind.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm having issues currently with stuff, and of course, my other half, she's got that horrible stuff with macular degeneration, so it's tearing her up big time, and I have to, we went to the store for her. Well, she goes to pay for the stuff and use her credit card. She can't see the credit card machine, what it's telling her to do, so I got to look over her shoulder and put the card in, and a little thing will come up. Do you want cash back? She can't read that to tell it yes or no or any of that stuff, and man, and then I have to take my glasses off and get right up on it to see it, because with my glasses on there for distance, I can't see up close, so I have to take them off to see anything, within a foot and a half, and we're a mess, It's like, what are we going to do? And the man told me when I got my last glasses, he says, you've got a cataract starting to form, but it's too early to do anything about it, you're just going to have to learn to deal with it.
Yep, that's what mine told me it's been at least 2 years ago, maybe more. And he hadn't said no more about it. He doesn't say anything. I ain't going to say anything as long as I can still see the shoot.
Well, that's me, and I won't take no for an answer for anything else. So, like doing woodworking and stuff like that. I got one of them, them little bonnet things with the visor that goes up and down. It's got different lenses that I can flip around and do this and that. I mean, I could still get right down there and see, the 32nd and the 64th marks on my rulers if I'm laying something out in good light. And I even got one of them bonnets that's got a little headlamp on it, and I can flip that on and get more light and focus where I'm going. As long as I can do it, I don't really care about it. It's just inconvenient otherwise, but as long as I can do, I'm going to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't blame you a bit. That's the way I feel. Because there will come a time where we won't be able to do it. In fact, the biggest thing I guess I've realized in getting older is getting older is just so damn inconvenient.
Yeah, it was all the stuff that we got away with all them years is suddenly now you can't get away with it anymore.
Yep, it's kind of like I heard, my brother-in-law, he passed, but he used to tell me if I'd have known I was going to live this long, I'd have took better care of my body. K4WMM at the bottom of the hour.
WA4VE. Yeah, well, yeah, I probably might have taken a little bit better care here and there, but I'm also under that impression, you know, like a prime example, you know, you go to a funeral, you know, like a viewing for a funeral, and, you know, what they call family night or whatever, and there's, you know, Uncle Ted or whoever laying over there in that box, and invariably somebody's going to come along and says, my gosh, doesn't he look good? No, he looks dead. You know, come on, give me a break. I don't need to be laying in a basket someplace and somebody looking down says, man, look how healthy he looks. No, I want to use every bit of it up while I can.
Yeah, I've heard that many a time at a funeral.
Like, who are you kidding? He don't look good. He looks dead, dang it.
They paint them up pretty good now down there in the morgue.
KO400. Good evening, fellas. Good evening, JR.
Well, hello, Sparky.
So how'd your appointment go?
Well, you know, they got to do all the work up there. You can't look in there other than with the sonogram, whatever that was. Not CAT scan, ultrasound. You know, they did the ultrasound. He did a pretty good job at that because he went 3 different sides. I mean, this guy really took his time. The technician, at least it felt like it, compared to the last time I had this done. But you know, they ran me through that, and I got to go and do a stress test. I told them I'm too old and fat now to Homer Simpson to run on a treadmill, so I guess they're going to induce that with chemicals. But wearing the heart monitor here, Verizon wireless heart monitor for 6 days.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think you got to run. They just, when I took a stress test, which had been years ago, what they did, they would have it running at a certain speed, and they would increase the incline to it.
Yeah, but your legs are still running on that damn thing. Oh, man, by the time I started out pretty good, you know, I was hanging on to the handlebars, you know, like you would riding a bike. Before we got done and they could stop me, man, I had my elbows on the bars, man. I was just barely standing. ain't no way I can go through that again.
Ultrasound, is that a boy or a girl?
It's going to be, I don't know, Clyde, to today's age.
Howdy, KR4VE.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Clyde, it's going to be a baby elephant. The trunk was hanging out.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh, heard somebody off in the background. Hey, Chuck.
Hello, Chuck.
What's wrong with Chuck?
Yeah, Clyde said you ain't got a signal.
Yeah, let's fix that. All right, how's that?
Is that better,
Where's Joe
Clyde?
Banner, senor? Yeah, I forgot to push play.
All right, so they hit you in the arm. Well, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, they put it in your top of your wrist, and it's supposed to. The medicine will make your heart increase to the rate they want it to. Well, anyway, everybody told me it's pain. There's some pain with it, and this and that. And I kept asking. I said, well, when's this pain hit? And they're like, you don't feel anything? I said, well, no. And like I say, next thing I know, I'm done. And they put me in there and checked my heart. Of course, everything's hunky-dory, but, you know, you might mention that next time, you had a hard time with the treadmill.
Yeah, well, once I get up there, I already told the doctor. She could look at me. She was a skinny thing, too. I don't know what country she was from, but she was beautiful. Skinny? Never seen such a skinny woman. Tried not to look.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be professional.
I know. Anyhow.
He was a patient. He don't need to be professional. He can look all he wants to, Chuck.
Some 8th. Take that back on the 8th, and I think the 13th I got to go up to Woodbridge, where HRO is, to do the stress test.
Well, Chuck, that's probably the only reason he hung out as long as he did was looking at her.
Yeah, I can understand that. And I told him when I started that last time I did a treadmill, I said, hey, guys, I haven't run since probably 1981. I said, don't expect miracles. I said, well, right in the middle of it, like, you okay? Have any chest pain? I said, no. I said, I can't breathe. I said, I'm out of shape.
KJ4, you get. Hey,
hello, Jim.
Jim, how you doing, buddy? Pretty good. Chuck, you're right. They don't do treadmills anymore. They just give you a shot there, and they'll release your heart rate there, and then they slow it down when they get ready to. But there's no pain involved in it.
Yeah, I didn't. I was expecting to be, and them doctor was saying, you okay? I said, well, yeah, I guess,
Kind of a unique feeling when you're not doing anything and you feel your heart race up like that, but, it's just what they do anymore.
Jim,
okay.
The last time the stress test I took a couple of years ago, they put me on that treadmill.
You're in no shape to get on the treadmill there, Clyde.
I got on that puppy and I run it in the ground.
God damn.
I was sweating like a pig, but I was running it in the ground, man.
Well, Clyde, I know we ain't never had that eyeball-to-eyeball QSO, but if you've ever watched The Simpsons and seen Homer Simpson run, it'd be like seeing JR run.
No, I don't watch The Simpsons, but I have to make a special reason to watch it now.
That bicycle will take care of that. Yeah, but you got to get on it, Jim, and make it work.
I've had no reason to run since I discovered the Colt 45 ACP. WA4V, I got to go get some vittles.
All right, Greg, come on back.
Come on back.
Dinner time, supper time, class.
Talk to you in a bit, Greg.
Sounded like supper time. Didn't had mine.
What you have for Fred?
What they have? BLTs.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, all three of them are good.
Was there one that you liked more than the other?
No, they was all good.
I'm going to run in here and fill my tea glass up. I shall return. K4WM.
Okay, Big Clyde said all three of them are good.
All three of them are good.
So get mixed up anyway, ain't it, Clyde?
Well, sure, man. They use waking plates and bacon.
So that's 6 slices of bread, a pound of bacon, half a head of cabbage, a lettuce.
And your point is?
Big man got to eat big.
That's right. I ain't starving for nobody. I done my stress test down Richlands, though. So that's probably the reason it's kind of not sophisticated like them places up there where y'all at.
Well, like I said, the doctor, technician, I guess, that did the ultrasound. Of course, I asked him, you see anything you didn't supposed to see? They don't supposed to tell you nothing, but anyhow, he did a pretty good job. He went through a lot of scans. I was eyeballing that thing, as he was going through all the different stages of looking at this, looking at that, and the color and the flow, and listening at the flow and the recording it, taking pictures, I guess, for the doctor to look at. I see him taking all these snapshots, but I was impressed how much time I was involved. Because when I, initially got this big shock, 6,000 volts, I don't remember him, so thorough back then as this guy was today.
Well, you just wait till they take that KY jelly and rub it on your nodules, and then take his cold stick and start rubbing over it.
and take pictures. That's where fun starts. Over.
I got you.
You never had that done yet?
Say it again now. I mean, he put the contact gel. It's like looking at a baby, but he's looking at my heart. You know, with that I guess not a sonogram or ultrasonic looking device.
No, they take that KY jelly stuff. They put it all over your nodules, down at the bottom of your neck. And then take the old wand and rub it across your balls for 5 or 10 minutes, and they take pictures the whole time.
Oh, no, I ain't never had that done, but Lord mercy, I don't know if I could have her do that now. Things would change. I'm not that old yet.
Oh, yeah. I've done about the same age you are.
Yeah, I got no problem with blood flow.
Well, I didn't either.
That'd be too embarrassing. What are they looking for? Cancer in the sac?
I really don't know. I just went in for the test, and there they took off doing that. I said, my God, what are y'all doing?
All right, man. Here come the working man.
November 4, TWH, hello, JR, hello, Clyde. I got the working man blues.
They call him the working man.
Hey, buddy.
What's happening? I just call him Ready Freddy.
What's going on, man? That procedure Clyde was just talking about. Howdy, everybody.
Howdy.
Hello. Had this guy tell me one time, Clyde, and he went to a couple different doctors, and they couldn't find, looking at his boys down there, they couldn't find, or I don't know, they didn't know the look or something. Well, he finally seen this one old Iranian doctor, as he said, come back with this big giant flashlight, stretched out that holding basket there, and shine that flashlight looking around at his two boys there, and he found a little something the size of a pea. And damn it, that pea was cancerous, and they had to take it out.
Well, there you go. That might be what they're looking for. Good day.
This doctor used a bright flashlight.
He praying for you, brother?
It felt like a flashlight, that big old thing in that girl's hand. I said, oh, my God.
Got to work him. Are you beat up a little bit? Mr. Fred.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, are you beat up a little bit today, or you getting used to it?
I'm beat up a little bit. I like yesterday, though.
Yesterday, man, I'm beat.
K4QE.
Oh, Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Good evening.
Hope all is well down yonder in Liberty.
Oh, yeah. Had my first day back to work today.
Oh, my. I hope it went well.
Oh, his fingers are probably tired. I feel like that.
Feeling me.
And the fun continues.
Well, how many things went down while you were gone that nobody else would fix?
Oh, about a half a dozen. They just sat there.
You turned your computer on, had 15 different emails. Help!
No, actually, I had about 40,000.
Mercy.
How in the world can you read 40,000 emails?
Oh, I don't. I deleted 99% of them.
One little push of the button.
The important was we email him again. holidays are over now for JR until I don't know when. Sometime comes summertime.
Well, Easter's coming. That's the next one, eh?
That's the Sunday.
You can have that day off.
Don't get off that day off. Maybe unless I'm on call. I might be on call that weekend. Tom, good evening, sir.
Good evening, everybody. N4 CBM.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Evening, Tom.
Well, good evening there, JR, Fred, Clyde, and Tony, and whoever I missed.